So you're going to the Renaissance Fair. Take it from me, a vendor at several Renaissance fairs across the country. This is the best way to have your most pleasurable experience. 5 tips to help you at a Renaissance Fair to make sure you have the most fun for you and your family. Check it out. Good day, Sir Blasphemy here for Sir Blasphemy's Travels. So I hope you guys are doing well out there. It's Memorial Day weekend, and hopefully you're having fun and you're doing it safely and all that good stuff. But I wanted to kind of come at you today and give some fairgoers. I'm always talking to the vendors and things like that, but I thought I would give some of the fairgoers that aren't vendors, aren't workers at Renaissance Fair, at Renaissance Fairs, and give 5 tips that you might use to make sure that your Renaissance visit is a pleasurable one. So first and foremost, you're going to want to stick around to number 1. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Tickle that bell for all future notifications if you like the information here. I have several other tip videos. I have videos of me out at Renaissance Fair, so if you want to do some research before you go to your Renaissance Fair, or if you've been to them already and you just want to know a little bit more about how the insides work and all that stuff, feel free to check out some of my videos. I'll post one above, and you can check that out. So don't forget to also comment on these videos as well. I always comment back 100% of the time, as fast as I can. All right, so let's get into it. So 5 tips if you're going to a Renaissance Fair, what you can expect, you know, and to prepare yourself to have a fantastic day. So let me look at my list here. So the first thing, as always, if you can, dress for the occasion. And that could mean a lot of things, but what I mean in particular on that particular line, forgive my kitty cat's trying to get in the door right now, so if you hear noises, that's what that is. So yeah, absolutely. So if you want to maximize your Renaissance Fair experience, absolutely dress up and take part in it, because you'll realize that the moment that you get to the Renaissance Fair, and whether you're wearing barbarian's gear or you're wearing something Tudor style like I am, or you look like Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, whatever, you'll immediately be submerged into the feeling of what it's like to be at the Renaissance Fair. For a day, you'll escape. There's something about putting on the clothes and making yourself into a character that's just an absolute blast. So if you can, it's okay if you're wearing shorts and a tank top, but I promise you'll get a lot more attention, a lot more pictures, and have a lot more fun if you want those kinds of things. If you dress for the occasion, it'll make it an absolute blast. So yeah, and I mean, you can find, on Amazon, you can find several affordable costumes. If you like something more fancy and have a little bit more to spend, and you want to use it over and over again at Renaissance Fairs, or maybe Halloween, whatever the case may be, there are plenty of places on Etsy where you can get things. That's where I got this. This was actually designed after Joffrey Baratheon on Game of Thrones. And so this is where I got the Sir Blasphemy outfit. So yeah, you just take a look around. It's out there. And even when you go to the Renaissance Fair too, if you don't have one, at every one I've worked at, there's a place where you can rent a costume. So you can go in there, submerge yourself, have fun, dress for the occasion. It makes it a lot more fun. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4, we have got, yes, you definitely want to bring plenty of water and food. So water for certain, you want to drink as much water. Yeah, you might get the peas or whatever at the beginning of the day, but you're going to want to drink plenty of water. You're going to be out there all day. It is a little bit pricey to buy waters inside fairs, so it might be a good idea to go ahead and drink some water and kind of reduce your fair going bill over the course of the day. And if you have food like a lunch, a lot of fairs will let you go back out and come back in. And so you just check out at the gates, go out there, have a picnic with your family, or if you're maybe camping at some of these fairs, which is also a blast, go out there, barbecue yourself something, but bring some food. And if you check with the fair prior to you getting there, whether you can go out to your car at least once or something like that, and go out, have lunch. It'll help you save some money. It is a little bit pricey in fairs, but also don't cheat yourself out of that good fair food too, to be honest with you. Some of the best food that I've had has been at fairs. These folks do an amazing job. So, don't cheat yourself from that either. That's part of the fair experience. So I would just say make sure you hydrate well, whether it's cold or hot. And, bring some food. If you're just trying to keep it on a budget, keep it out in the car. And if you're allowed to go out there, have yourself a lunch and then come back in and enjoy your rest of your day. So There you go. That's number 4. Number 3, can't emphasize this enough, guys. When you go to a Renaissance fair, bring cash. Bring cash. Bring more than you need, because trust me, if you get out there, most of the places do not accept cards. Luckily, like for instance, my particular business, CB Dragon, I do accept cards, and yeah, you can use a card with me. But there's most of the time, like the games, a lot of the food venues, they just take cash. So you don't want to go out there and not have enough cash. Then you got to go to one of the ATM machines, and the prices for the fees are pretty substantial. It's usually between $5 and $8 just to withdraw your cash. So bring enough cash. Bring cash, bring cash, bring cash. I can't emphasize that enough. And you won't have any reason to spend more than you have to over the course of the day at a Renaissance fair. So yeah, that was number 3, bring cash. So number 2, be aware of the weather. Always be aware. If it's going to be a hot day, time and time again, I've seen people fall out. Right in front of my booth, I've seen somebody collapse due to heat. Whether it's cold and rainy, you're going to want to make sure, especially if you're wearing, your garb, you're going to want to have like a poncho over it or something like that. If it's going to be a rainy day, you're going to want to wear boots that you might have to step through mud puddles from time to time, because it is all outside every fair. So you just want to be aware. That falls back in line with hydrating. Make sure you stay hydrated. Get your Gatorades in. Get your water in. Drink that down. If you're out there, make sure to buy some. Don't even flirt with the heat out there. It happens time and time again. People fall out because a lot of people come from different climates to go to these Renaissance fairs. And for some people, 80, 85 degrees is too much. We're used to being out there in 100 degrees, sweating from head to toe and not getting affected because we're hydrated and we've done it before. But if you're going out there, make sure you stay hydrated. Be aware of the weather. Check the weather on the days that you're going. If it's spontaneous and you're just going, oh, me and the family just decided today on a Saturday. Check the weather. Make sure, stay hydrated, stay fed, and make sure that even when it gets hot, if you're wearing garb, especially gets hot in these clothes, take plenty of times to go sit under shade. Get some ice cream. Come buy chocolate from me, dip it in ice cream. There you go. Come on, do that. CB Dragon Sweet Shop. That's who I am. You can find me at fairs, everywhere. But yeah, so, just be aware of the weather. I can't emphasize that enough. All right, number 1 here. Number 1. And this one, I cannot emphasize enough either. This one is crucial. Number 1, come with a positive attitude. And this is what I mean, is during the fair, we're a little bit edgy. We're not supposed to cross any kind of a line, but to get your attention, to get you joking, to get you, engaged with us, we might pass out little jokes to you as you go by. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but there's a lot of people that do that will joke with the people going by, and those jokes can be a little edgy. I don't mean filthy or nasty. That's not permitted. And we do not cross. People should not be crossing the line by saying, "Hey, your girlfriend's hot. You ought to buy her some chocolate." Don't do that. Don't do that. What I mean is like, "Hey, man, where'd you get that shirt? Was that the Van Halen concert in '83? Whatever. It's stuff like that to engage people." And most of the time, most patrons have a lot of fun and they serve it to you back, and you have a good bounce back and forth and joke around. But I'm talking about if you go there and you have a bad attitude and you're going up to patrons and they're making a joke, they're trying to joke with you, and you go there and go, "Oh, well, I heard your product doesn't work," or "I heard, whatever," or "your stuff breaks." "Oh yeah, I bought that stuff at Walmart. You can get that at Walmart for $5 cheaper than they sell it here." No, man, we make our stuff. That's part of the deal. We have to make it by hand, or it's a certain kind of an import. It has to be very selective to get into these fairs. I had a gentleman one time who was going by, and I sell CBD infused chocolate as part of my product line. And I had a gentleman just walk by at the end of the night. The guy probably hadn't bought, anything from anybody other than beer all day. And he just has to walk by and say, "Oh, this is the, what did he say? Something like the placebo effect stuff, huh? Oh, okay, yeah. First of all, number 1, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I know that for a fact, because if he'd done the medicinal research, you would see that this stuff is amazing, CBD and what it does for people. But secondly, it's you're putting down somebody's work and their time. I make everything by hand. So you're insulting me and you're insulting the time that I'm taking to make these things. Now, I just blow that stuff off. I don't care. But I will tell you this, don't be the type of person that says something nasty to a vendor first, and we will fire back at you. I know I do. I'll fire back at you. And and I'll make a joke, I'll make a joke at your expense. And then don't go run and tell management that we're the ones that are being nasty when you're the one that's really engaging. And monitor your drinking when you're there. Monitor your drinking. Yes, it's fun. It is a fun place to be, and you should absolutely be in the spirits of doing things. But there's some people that come with a bad attitude, and then they drink on top of it, and they're just smart-mouthing all the workers there that are working hard. It happens all the time. So, just be kind. Go with the flow. Joke there. Know that none of us are there to make your day bad. We're there to elevate your day. We are there in character. Please remember, it's not just us. We are in character. And we are trying to engage you in many ways, because we have to hit a certain mark, as we all do, money-wise. And so you're constantly having to think of new ways to get attention. And some folks, you can kind of go, hey, I can pass this, risky joke. And the rest of them, you go, I can't do that. I don't want to make them mad or make them whatever, and one of my things is I always do this because I always want people to drop their guard. I'll say, my lord and lady, you're looking absolutely stunning today. Look at you, you're beautiful. My lord, you're striking, you're handsome. I'll say things like that. That's about as edgy as I go. And that's just to get them engaged, get them feeling good, drop their guard about being, sold something, and submerge into the fair, make their day a little bit better. So that's kind of some of the things I do. Again, don't get me wrong. If you throw a nasty joke, and I've went back and forth with people a couple of times, if you throw something nasty out at me to be mean or rude or inconsiderate, I'm firing back at you. I'm one of the ones that'll fire back at you. I'll do it respectfully, but I'm going to come at you as quickly as you came at me. So just remember that. And most of the workers there will do the same thing, because it's a different environment. You're not walking into Subway sandwiches where you can, or Burger King where you can have it your way. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, but yeah, so please come with a positive attitude. And these 5 steps that I just told you about will make your Renaissance Pleasure Fair visit 100% success and fun and engaging, and you'll remember it for all your days. So I hope these 5 tips help you guys out there. From a guy that works these fairs, you can come out and see me at CB Dragon Sweet Shop. I'm at the Texas Renaissance Festival, been at the original Renaissance Pleasure Fair, California. I've been at Scarborough Renaissance Festival. Hopefully you'll see me at Sherwood Forest Fair. So yeah, and some others that I'm working on right now. So anyway, I hope that was helpful to you. If you're a patron, please come by and see me sometime. Let's have fun together at these Renaissance fairs. And remember, when you spend money at these Renaissance fairs, you're not helping a big company. You're helping people with their own hands make their own products and get them out there in front of you. You're helping us pay our gas bill, our electric bill, our water bill, our mortgages. You're helping with that just by simply stopping and spending a few dollars with us at the Renaissance Fair. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was of help to you. And again, feel free to check out my other videos if you want to see me roaming around at the Renaissance Fairs, behind the scenes, all kinds of good stuff, and enjoy them. All right. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, Sir Blasphemy, out.